Hello, my name is Chris Dunning, and I am the lead minister for the Newburgh Church of Christ here in Newburgh, Oregon. Over the last several months, I've had the honor of participating in a ministry cohort through Agape Community Ministries, focused on training churches to effectively support survivors of domestic abuse and intimate partner violence.
And I was so elated to be part of this IPV cohort, and it's been an amazing experience. I think what I took away most from it is that it was really formational in helping me articulate a clear and concise theology around the issue of domestic violence.
This training at Agape Community Ministries has intensified my passion to help educate the Christian community and specifically church leaders regarding abuse and what God's Word says to both survivors, perpetrators, and the church in general.
I think the cohort that Agape Community Ministries has put together and that I've had the privilege of being a part of, it's been incredibly beneficial to me as a pastor, working through some pretty heavy material, learning about a pretty heavy subject, but it's been great to do it together with other ministers.
The benefit and the value of this cohort, number one, is being able to communicate and associate and collaborate with people with like minds, and to have support in this in this type of ministry.
And I think that's what the IPV cohort did really well, or was really successful at, was it's trying to ensure the church remains a survivor resource and not a liability.
I'm truly grateful for the opportunity that Agape Community Ministries has provided for me to be trained up in the area of domestic violence, and especially in supporting those who come to the church for help.
I learned how to ask better questions. I'm learning how to offer appropriate resources and finding ways to partner with local organizations to provide more comprehensive care.
When Lori and I began Agape Community Ministries, we decided to focus on training clergy to address this. So we developed our intimate partner violence clergy cohorts. We spend a year with them and prepare them to present domestic violence sermons in October during Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and sexual assault sermons during April Sexual Assault Awareness Month.
I can't think of anyone better equipped theologically, emotionally, intellectually, experientially, spiritually than Ron and Lori and Agape Community Ministries to deal with, to guide us through, to teach us about how to be aware of, to notice and name violence in our communities, and then to take a stand and do something about it for the sake of God's kingdom and shalom in this world.
But this cohort has been very, very open, very supportive, and I'll tell you, it has been a real blessing to me because we can talk about it freely and openly and learn from one another.
The church should be a place of hope and should not further harm the oppressed. This clergy training program through Agape Community Ministries is doing just that. It's providing a place for hope and teaching us as leaders how to do that for the victims and survivors.
Being able to preach on a topic that I've never preached on before, with the support of fellow pastors and again of Agape Community Ministries, just gave me the courage to talk about something that I haven't talked about before.
I have thoroughly enjoyed being with these individuals for a year, watching them, listening to them, growing with them, watching them support each other. We found over the last 2 years that there's been some exciting evidence that's been delivered from this research. First of all, we found that 66% of members in congregations had never heard a sermon on domestic violence, but even more, 99.9% have said they know now, after the sermon, how God feels about domestic violence. That's powerful because many of the survivors and the victims we've worked with have never known how God felt about domestic violence. They've actually believed that God said they needed to stay in the relationship, that they needed to put up with the abuse, that they could not leave, that God had given them that cross to bear, which is completely false. The biblical text never teaches that. So we found this very empowering for survivors and victims. We also found that 75% of the congregation felt encouraged by the sermon, and over 85% felt a sense of hope after hearing the sermon. Often ministers will tell me, we don't want to talk about these negative type sermons during the message during church. But actually, congregants want to hear about it, and they are encouraged when they hear the minister speak out. Was that over 70% of members, after hearing the sermon, said, I want to be involved in addressing intimate partner violence. What kind of a sermon can a minister preach where almost 3/4 of their congregation says, what can I do to be involved? What a powerful story, what a powerful message, what powerful encouragement from a congregation. And so now we're able to help ministers and other leaders in their faith community develop plans to work in their community by unleashing the Holy Spirit through the members of the congregation.
Agape Community Ministries is doing vital life-saving work in our community and the communities around us. Domestic abuse affects people in every neighborhood, every domestic background, every economic bracket, and even in every church pew. And Agape doesn't just provide emergency services, they're training faith leaders and communities to recognize abuse and respond appropriately so that they can be places of genuine refuge.
If you would like to know more about the Intimate Partner Violence Clergy Cohorts, visit the link below. And on that page, you will see sermons. You will be able to watch and listen to sermons from many of us addressing domestic violence. You will also be able to read the research and the report that we've been able to release for the last 2 years, and we'll continue to release each year with various different cohorts. You will also be able to find information about the 2026-2027 cohort and some special ways to develop cohorts nationally throughout our country. If you would like to support our ministry, there's a link at the bottom of that page as well. Your support will go a long way in helping us train ministers for free, provide them with resources, and help them establish not only ministries within their congregation, but partnerships with their community. I'm Dr. Ron Clark from Agape Community Ministries. God bless you and have a great, great year.